Hello everyone, welcome to the channel here. I've got two questions for you. They're similar, but I'm listening to my questions because they're similar but they're different. Are you interested in studying English? Are you interested in studying English? That's my first question. And my second question, do you find English study interesting? Now, I'll play it one more time in case you missed it the first time. Do you find English study interesting? Now, you might have noticed I have interest in there, but I have a different ending. The first question I asked, are you interested with an ed? And the second one, do you find English study interesting? I think I asked, it might have been different. But the point is, interested, interesting. They're both adjectives, but they're used in a different way. The overall goal is the same, but interested, interesting. Because I do not want you to make the mistake to say that I am boring. Now, if you say I am boring, that means you are not an interesting person. And that's not so good. Now, you want to say, if you're in some type of seminar or lecture where you have nothing to do, I am bored with an ed. Now, the big difference with the ing and the ed is your feeling or somebody's feeling, a person's feeling. So, I'm interested in learning about Japan, the ed there, what I'm interested in. Now, if I change the wording around, learning about Japan is interesting with an ing. So it's very important to make the proper differences there with the ed and ing. So if you're describing somebody or something, it's going to be ing. So it could be a person, like he's interesting, or he's stimulating, this conversation is stimulating. Anything is okay. A place, maybe Tokyo Disneyland, everyone loves it there, maybe. ing, Tokyo Disneyland is exciting, okay? Sometimes you get something in the, on the internet or some kind of manual or instructions, they can be confusing. So this manual is confusing. I can't understand anything. Now, the manual is confusing, but how do you feel? You're confused. I feel confused trying to understand this manual. I wish they would make it simpler. It's a good question. So ed for your feeling and ing for describing somebody or something. So let me just give you a couple more examples. Frightening. Now, living in Japan, earthquakes, they can be frightening. Now, if you're scared or frightened of earthquakes, he is, she is, I am frightened of earthquakes. Earthquakes are frightening. I am frightened of earthquakes. Now, worry. We don't like to worry, but everybody worries. It's a fact of life. So I am worried about the rising prices, which is true. The prices are rising. Food, gasoline, things. I don't drive, but anyways. I am worried about the rising prices. Or the rising prices are worrying. How high will they go? When will it stop? And, everybody doesn't want to spend so much money on things, and maybe people will spend less. Not good for the economy as well. So worried, I'm worried. Worrying, the situation is worrying. Ed for your feeling, ing for describing somebody or something. So I work with a lot of good teachers here. And those teachers are very interesting. They have interesting topics. I'm interested in talking with these teachers because their topics are stimulating. I am stimulated as well by the teacher's topics. That's a lot of T's in there, teacher's topics. The teacher's topics are stimulating. I'll go with that as well. So I'm describing their topics on the ing. How do I feel? I'm stimulated. Words like that, stimulating, stimulated. Boring and bored I had, interested, interesting, frightening, confusing, puzzling. How you feel? ed, describing something, ing. So I do hope you can find these videos fascinating. That may be too strong of a word here, but I'm going to go more than interesting. Hope you find these lessons fascinating. And I hope you're fascinated in studying English and keep up the great work. Because for me, personally, making the videos is very interesting. And the more I make these videos, the more interested I become. The key, feeling, ed. Describing, ing. Keep it that way. Simple to remember. Be careful because you do not want to say, I am boring. I'm sure you're not. Don't be boring. Keep the great work. Like, subscribe, comment. Until next time, everyone, have a great day. We'll see you back here again soon.